Hello everyone and welcome back to another video from the Francophile. It's Jalen and Maria and we hope you all are doing well. In today's video we are coming to you with another update as American master's degree students in France. So for those of you that don't know, Maria and I are students at the Université de la Champagne-Ardenne. I study logistics and supply chain and she studies public law. And before we get started with the video, just make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We do have Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and our blog. And yeah, let's get into it.
So the first thing of significance that happened this month was our winter break, which started on February 12th. I mostly spent the week at home, catching up on schoolwork and relaxing a bit as well.
And for me, since I'm doing the last year of my master's degree en alternance, which means that I alternate between going to work and going to school each week, this winter break for me was actually a work week. While I was at work, I was just doing the normal stuff that I do, plus really focusing on my end-of-year project that I have to get done. So continuing on the topic of going back and forth between work and school, I just wanted to talk a little bit about how that's making me feel. I feel like I much prefer going to work for the work weeks and going to school for the school weeks. I find that I'm not having as hard of a time like being motivated to go to work or get out of bed to go to work. Whereas with the school weeks, it's basically the opposite. I mean, when you're en alternance, you still have a semester full of classes, but it's actually kind of condensed. Like each week is really jam-packed full of classes because you have to complete the same amount of hours where every other week you're not even at school. So that's been really tough. And then also the fact that my weeks are packed and then I have Saturday classes is basically like the icing on the cake. It's so draining and difficult, to be honest. Yeah. Some Saturdays I'll have class from 8:30 or 9:30 until like 4:30.
Most Saturdays, actually. Really.
Yeah, I've had class except for one Saturday, I think, this whole year.
Yeah.
So that's really tough, especially when you come off a week of school and then you barely have a weekend and then you have to go straight back into work.
I think you're really feeling it in this last semester.
Yeah, the last semester it's been the toughest, but I'm fine. It's just that it's pretty hard. So what I'm basically trying to do is enjoy the time I do have, do things that I like to do. Like I said in the last update, I'm learning Mandarin Chinese, so I do my little hobby of learning languages, do stuff for the blog as well, and just try and enjoy things that we like to do, like going on walks and stuff like that. But that doesn't negate the fact that it's tough. For
me, this semester has been a little bit lighter in terms of coursework and even the number of hours that I'm in class every week. So I'm doing pretty okay. I think what's weighing the heaviest on me right now is my master's thesis, which is just such a huge assignment that it's really daunting to even work on at all. It's like every time you put work into it, the workload doesn't get any smaller. And so it's pretty stressful, but I'm making it through. So as we mentioned, we are in the last semester of our master's degrees, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're gonna be finished anytime soon.
Yeah, for me, for example, I have classes all the way until March 12th, and that'll be my last day of classes, but after that, I still have to go to work every day and be at work full time, working on my project, writing a report about the experience, and then I have to even defend that report and answer questions in front of a jury. And so all of that is going to be taking until the end of the summer. So while I won't be alternating between work weeks and class weeks after March 12th, I'll still be going to work and fulfilling all the requirements of my alternance agreement.
If you haven't caught on to this already by watching our other master's degree update videos, my program is not very well organized, so I unfortunately don't have as many exact dates as you seem to about how the rest of your program is going to go. I do know that my classes will not end before May, and I definitely have an internship to complete this summer. I also have to finish and defend my master's thesis, so I'm betting that everything is going to take about as long as yours will, and we'll both be done near the end of the summer. So moving on from school, we wanted to talk a little bit about the stuff that we've been doing in our free time, and one of those things is contributing to the Campus France e-Ambassadors blog. Every month we write one article and post it on the Campus France e-Ambassadors blog. If you've missed any of them so far, we don't always talk about them in our updates, so you should go check them out. We will link them all below.
So another thing that we did this month is celebrate Valentine's Day. We were actually scared that we wouldn't be able to do anything for it, but we actually found time to celebrate it the day before. And we just had a great time together celebrating our love. We made a vlog of the entire experience. We went ice skating and to a photo booth, walked around Reims, and even talked pretty deeply about our relationship. So if you're interested in that at all, we'll put a card right there, and we'll also link it down below so you can go watch it.
Sticking to the Valentine's theme, our alma mater, the University of Mary Washington in Virginia, where we went to do our undergrad, actually reached out to us this month and wrote a story about us.
Yeah.
They published it on Valentine's Day. It's a little bit about us, about our adventures in France, about the Francophile. So if you're interested in reading it, we will link it down below.
Following the story that our alma mater posted about us, we actually had the opportunity to have even more interaction with Mary Wash this month. We were invited to a Zoom conference about the war in Ukraine. It was an interesting Q&A session hosted by one of the professors that we studied under during our undergraduate degrees. You know, Maria and I think it's really important to stay up to date and informed on what's going on in the world, and we're really glad to have had the opportunity to analyze current affairs with an expert. So immediately following the Q&A session on Ukraine, we hopped over to another Zoom event with the Modern Languages and Literatures Department of UMW, where we got to chat with alumni and professors and generally just see what's new with the department. It was nice to be able to catch up with people that we hadn't spoken to in a while, but that made it so we were on Zoom for 3 hours, and since there's a 6-hour time difference between Reims and Virginia, we were up until like 3 a.m. that morning.
There are so many reasons that we loved going to the University of Mary Washington for our undergrad and studying French and international affairs, and these events are just one example of their efforts to keep in touch with alumni far after we graduated, and we really appreciate it and are so happy that we chose to go to that school to this day. Before we go, we wanted to give you a little update about COVID-19 and France. This month there were two pretty major changes in the measures that are in place here in France, one having to do with the health pass and one having to do with masks. The health pass that allows you to drink in bars, eat at restaurants, and go to other public places in France used to be able to be obtained with a negative COVID-19 test, but that has changed. It is now a vaccine pass, meaning that you have to be fully vaccinated to have one. Secondly, at the end of February, the indoor mask mandate was partially lifted, meaning that if an institution requires you to scan your health pass, you no longer have to wear your mask inside. We still have to wear them at school and at work, but in places like restaurants, for example, no need to wear them inside.
Alright, so that is the update for this month of February. We hope that you all enjoyed watching. Before we go, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and leave a comment down below telling us how your month of February went. And yeah, check us out on all of our social media. We do have Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and our blog. And we will see you all in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.